Hello everybody, welcome to my live stream. Doing a quick tech check here, make sure everything's working. Great, awesome. It looks like it is. So I haven't done a live stream in a long time. It's been quite a while, been pretty busy, but today I'm building a new blog. And so as I started working on it a while back, a few days ago, I decided, hey, gonna do some work on it today, and then I just decided to flip on the lights in the room and the camera and just do it live. It'll be kind of cool. So instead of just working on this stuff by myself in silence, I'm gonna do it all on a live stream to kind of hang out with everybody else. And the only thing that really applies with my theme, I noticed this theme that I built a while ago for streaming. I haven't used it in forever, but the only one that really fit was general geekery, so that's what today's topic is, general geekery. I'm going to be working on a website. Let's go ahead and bring it up here. BigDroneGeek.com. There it is, the Big Drone Geek blog. And so I've already started this. However, it's not getting any traffic. I'm not really doing anything with it. I just created an article here, what are the best drones for beginners. I'm going to put up articles and YouTube stuff. Basically, I'm learning a lot about drones, and I want to share what I'm learning with everybody else in this blog. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let me make sure I am live and rolling everywhere. Looks like it. All right. Good to go. Got a few people watching. That's awesome. All right. So I'm just going to start building and talking. One of the things I want to do with this is I would like to, if possible, I need to check something here really quick. Okay, just wanted to check something quick. So this is going to be recorded for replay later, in case there are people not watching now. So one thing I want to do with this is optimize the images a little bit. So I'll go in here. First, I'll explain what this is. This is a Hugo blog. What I did was just created a new Hugo installation, and then I found this Hugo Casper 3 theme, and I'm going to start just modifying this theme for what I want it to be. So all of this stuff is in Markdown. There's a lot of templating here, and this is Go language templating for the most part. And using this templating, you can do a lot of stuff with this blog. I'm going to go in here. There it is, Big Drone Geek. And we're going to do a Hugo serve. Actually, we're going to disable fast render. So here's one of the cool things about Hugo that I just love, is that you can run the entire website on your local machine and develop it, and then you can go in and commit it later. So we'll go here to localhost 1313. There's our blog. It's the exact same blog for now. And we're going to make some modifications to this. We're going to make some changes. Oh yeah, I did get that installed. Good. We're going to make some changes to it and test them out and just kind of play around and have fun. One of the things I want to do with this today is improve the page load speed of the one article that I have. These are all PNGs right now. So I'm going to take all these PNGs and turn them into WebP, and we'll see if that makes a difference. First, let's get a baseline at webpagetest.org. And let's just do a quick page speed test to kind of get a baseline, and then we'll see how much faster we go from there. We want site performance from Big Drone Geek /blog/best drones for beginners. And we're going to do desktop testing here. in Virginia. That sounds great. Now, I use web page test a lot. So they've changed a lot also. I think they've been acquired. They've kind of built up some new features and some pro features. I might actually go for the pro features at some point for some of my other blogs. And this blog is just for fun. And like I said, I've got it here in Hugo. And then I've got that attached to Git, which is attached to Netlify. I probably should have specified that I am hosting it on Netlify, which is one of my favorite hosting platforms by far. So, according to our web page test, is it quick? Not bad. First byte 2.82. It's pretty good. 1.1 seconds. Looks like. First view 3.49, 3.462. It's okay. It's not too bad. I think there's some compression stuff that I'm not doing yet. So we'll look that up. It's been a long time since I've done Hugo stuff. And this, I'm not really sure exactly how this theme works. So I've built my own Hugo themes before. But this one is not one that I built. This is one that I downloaded. I changed a few things, but I haven't really done a lot with it yet. So it'll be fun. Let's run that web page test again. I just kind of want some baselines here. So site performance for this one, and we'll run, let's see, we got a desktop one in Canada. Let's do that one. See how fast we are in Toronto. Then we'll just kind of go from there. We'll see what reducing the images does for it. Should help. Now I'm trying to remember the Hugo compression stuff. Let me pop open my Netlify here really quick. Why doesn't Netlify load up? I need to sign in. We're going to get to some of the other things that are addressed here. Yeah, Netlify. I'm not seeing a sign up. There it is. Login button. There's a usability thing. So I'll go over here to sites. We're going to go to Big Drone Geek. So basically what I did here is I connected a Netlify project to GitHub, and then I just pointed my domain at Netlify's DNS servers. So super, super easy. We can look at some of the deploys. Yesterday did a deploy. Everything worked good. Let's look at the deploy settings here. See, my build command is just Hugo. So I do think that there are some ways to compress with Hugo. We will try that. Oh, look, asset minification. That's what I should have Googled. Hugo -minify is what I was looking for. So that's one of the first things we'll do is let's minify it and see if we can get better. It looks like 4 seconds here in Toronto. So what I can do is go into Netlify toml. Do I even have a Netlify toml? I don't think I do. I don't. So that would be a good thing to configure. Bring this over here. In addition to using the UI, you can also configure using a netlify toml file. So I have used this before. Here's a sample one with plugins and stuff like that, but I think I can just download. Let's see, build and deploy. I remember I could download these. Angular, Gatsby, Grunt, Hugo. Oh, and we've got a fire call. Traffic collision. So Hugo. Netlify toml. That's kind of what I was looking for, is something like this for netlify toml. So let's create it. Netlify.toml. And yes, I use the Atom editor, even though it's super old and ancient. I don't care. I like it. It works great for what I'm doing. Turn the music down a little bit here so I'm not yelling. So we've got here for build Hugo GC Minify Hugo version 105.1. That probably isn't correct. I don't see 0.96 is what I'm running on my machine, but let's try 105. Production true. Enable get inflow. So all this stuff looks pretty good. NPM JS 200. Let's just try it. I'm going to try deploying this thing with this pretty much untouched, completely untouched netlify toml file that I got from Hugo. Let's just try deploying it. Do git status. Oh, looks like I modified base of a little bit. That's fine. Netlify.toml. Git push. Then we'll go back to serving. And we'll just jump into that netlify window. We can actually watch it build in real time. This is going to minify stuff, ideally. I have seen some weird stuff coming out of minifying, but I think with as simple as this theme is, I don't think we're going to have an issue. So we'll see. It should say published here in a minute. And then we're going to do a quick test after minifying it, see if that helps. Feel free to throw any questions you might have in the chat. I've also got a couple viewers here on Twitch, far more on LinkedIn. Okay, cool. Doing a quick tech check while this thing builds. and I need to fix something really quick. Awesome. I can get this silly thing to stream like it's supposed to. There we go. All right. Now we're back rolling again. So maybe I need to refresh this. I do. Okay, it's been published. So let's just do a spot check. One of the cool things about a brand new blog is you can do goofy stuff with it and you don't have to worry about breaking it. You don't have to do a red, blue, green deployment. You don't have to develop things in prod. Like I do that with jeremymorgan.com. I have a development staging server. I test stuff on and then check it out and, oh yeah, it's great, and then push it to prod. Don't really have to do that with this site because nobody is going to this site. Literally. So now we're minified. Let's go in and let's do some tests. These were the first two tests where the one from Virginia got 3.496. The one in Toronto got 4.18. So let's do it again. Whoops. I need to grab this article again. Webpagetest.org. Site performance. We're going to try Virginia and run that test. Very cool. .483, 3.462. Just a tiny bit slower on that first view. We've got 406 for the second view, 514. Oh, never mind, 496, 46. So I guess it did get a little bit faster on that first view. 483 seconds, 496. So that's definitely within what I would call margin of error type result. But that's okay. Oh, not Big Drone Geek. We want webpagetest.org. We need to do site performance. And this time we're going to do Toronto, Canada. We'll probably run a lighthouse audit on it too. Another thing I'm going to do is turn those images into WebPs. That will speed things up. So if we go in here into the code, we go to static images, we have base images. Here's all of the images for this article. Now, if you haven't done a lot of development in Hugo, it's freaking awesome. But here's the markdown, and I have this is a PNG that I have at the beginning. And then I have 0, 1, 2, 3. All of these are PNGs down here. Let's find out really quick what the size of those are. We'll put a comment or something in here. You know, repos, Big Drone Geek. Let's go here. Static images, best drones for beginners. Properties, about 2 meg. That's actually not very bad at all for these. And one of these does not seem correct. O5 PNG. Oh, it's this one. Okay. And then we have the feature image. We will change the feature image also. So we're going to change all of these except the open graph image. We will change all of these to WebP, and that'll speed things up for sure. And see how our test is doing. This is Toronto, Canada. 4.260 and it's 4.168. So we got slower on that first run. Like I said, it's margin of error mostly. Let's see what happens when we change those images. And here we can kind of see, you can see the times for certain things, and each of these PNGs adds some time. So I think we're going to speed it up. So we'll use these two now as our reference. And let's go ahead and convert those over. What I use is a program here called XN Convert. This thing is great. So add files. We'll go here to users, repos, Big Drone Geek, static images. And like I said, we're going to add all of these except for that OG image. I'm going to leave that one alone. And that's my open graph image that I use for Twitter cards, LinkedIn cards, etc. So now we have all the files added. We'll go here to actions. One of the things I do here, I haven't used this in quite a while, but let's see. There was a thing where you could remove the metadata. There it is, clean metadata. So we're going to clean all the metadata out of these, which doesn't really matter too much, but I like to do that. And we're going to select WebP over here for format. WebP. Source folder. File name. Not preserve metadata. And I think this will work. Saying it already exists. Now let's jump back in that folder. And as you can see, we have WebPs for different stuff here. And I see what I did there. I had this extra image. Let's see how smaller the WebP images are than the 2 meg that we had earlier. I'm just going to take these. Properties. Much smaller. 200K. So we'll go through here. And I'm just going to delete the old files. Delete the PNGs. Let's see what we end up with here. No more PNGs, only WebPs. We'll delete that JPEG. Now our total size has gone down a lot, so we're about 25% of the size that the images were before, which is awesome. And now I'll go through here and our feature image. I forgot, I still have this thing running, so we can look at this. Localhost, refresh it. Now you'll notice that all the images are broken. That's what you want to check for. You want to check and make sure they're broken. and then just put WebP on the end of everything here. Put WebP. I'll go all the way down to the bottom. All these PNGs are now WebPs. Save. Go back. We should have images. Do we have images? We have images. Look at those beautiful small WebP images. All right. So now we need to, I always like to do get status just to see what was changed, and it looks like we deleted a bunch of JPEGs, we modified a markdown, we added these. So let's do it. Whoops. Put a little message in here. Switched images to WebP. And then we'll get push. We'll jump back into our Netlify window here. And our site's building. Very cool. Thank you all who are watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. So I'm going to do some interesting stuff on this stream. So this is my personal stream. I've been doing a lot of live streaming with Pluralsight, and I'm going to continue to do that. And that's actually where my biggest focus is as far as live streams goes right now. But I'm going to do some cool stuff on this, which is my personal channel. However, I would encourage you to go check out the Pluralsight Live channel while this thing is building. I'll send this. Yeah, follow twitch.tv/PluralsightLive. That's where most of my streams are. That's where David Neal also hosts the All Hands on Tech stream there. And we have a lot of fun with it. We have a Discord page. We have a bunch of stuff going on, and it's just a ton of fun. So you got to check out that channel. All right, we're published. Switch to WebP. Let's check out, just do a quick spot check on the site. And we can even go in here and say, open image in new tab. Yes, that's a WebP. Cool. Scroll down, 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 down. All right. Let's do another web page test. Yeah. This should make a difference. We should be able to get that page load down a little bit with just that WebP change. So we're going to try Virginia again. Start test. Let's just let it roll. Is it quick? Not bad. It still says not bad. That's not great. Now we're down to 1 second. So that is considerably faster. 1 second just by switching those images to WebP. So let's do another test here. And this one is in Toronto. Let's see how fast we are in Toronto. Now we're minifying everything and we're using those WebP images. I didn't expect a 2 second change, but I'll take it. I think that's great. And a lot of that, because we could see that timeline, and you could see in the timeline, those images were just taking up a ton of our bandwidth. So I think it's pretty cool and pretty exciting to see our webpage get that much faster. And I'm just doing another quick tech check here. All right, cool. That one works. Since it's been so long since I've streamed, I kind of had to do a little tech check to make sure that everything is working the way it should. This test has taken a while, huh? So I'm going to keep working on this drone blog. Sorry, I was going to say this earlier. So I'm going to keep working on this drone blog. It is a passion project, as they call it. I'm not going to make any money from it, obviously. I'm just sharing what I'm learning about drones as I do it. So I'm going to stream it on here if people are interested in it and people really like it. I'll stream it on here, and then I'm also going to be building a project where I want to build a practice quiz for the Part 107 drone test and attach it to this site. And I'm going to build that in Blazor, I believe. I think I'm going to do Blazor with like a SQLite backend, and we're going to build a practice test. This practice test is going to be a free product, not something, you know, it's not going to be like some kind of big app thing that I'm going to sell or anything. Just a cool little web page people can go to and practice for their Part 107 test. So I could stream that here also if people are interested. It's all going to depend on what comes into my email and my Twitter messaging. This is taking forever, but that's okay. I hope it's not the website that's making it take forever. But let's look at Virginia. When we did the very first one, it was 3.496 seconds, which is fast. I mean, 3.5 seconds is pretty fast for a full web page load. Then the next Virginia, we modified it 3.483, right within the margin of error. And then this last one, 1.030. So if you were wondering how important it is to optimize your images, that would be it, because you can view the timeline here. Which is pretty cool. And I had a different, I feel like I had a different timeline before. Oh, processing breakdown. Or was it content? I don't remember. Oh, and here you can see how many bytes for each one. The images are not too bad. Now, if we go here to the very first one, say content breakdown, you can see images were huge. 1.821 bytes. Just enormous. Same exact images. But now it's a lot smaller. So it's good. So that last test still, oh, test started at least. Okay, cool. So I think this is probably all we will do for now for web page speed. This Toronto one I'm about to give up on, because there we go. It must have heard me. We're now 1.2 seconds in Toronto. So we started out at 4.1 seconds. Now we're down to 1.2 for the exact same page in Toronto. Fast loading websites are awesome for SEO, and they are awesome for usability. I really like fast loading websites. I don't know anybody that doesn't. So any effort you can put in to make your website load faster and just click open is super beneficial. So as you can see here, I got my my articles here, minimize the images, turn them into WebPs so they're way faster. The next thing I was going to do on here, we're going to do a lighthouse audit. So let's do that. We'll close out some of these since we know for sure that that we sped things up. It's pretty obvious. There's a lighthouse from Virginia. Let's see how fast this thing is. So anything you'd like to see me work on, feel free to email me, jeremy@jeremymorgan.com. Look at that. Our performance score is 94 overall. Looks like I have some issues with accessibility, but image elements do not have explicit width and height. So I could put that in there. I believe. I mean, let's try, since that's one of the diagnostics things that it doesn't like. I could defer off-screen images. That's kind of interesting. Oh, for my avatar. Let's change that one. What the heck? I mean, it could save me a little bit. So I'll go back in here to XN convert. And I'm going to add my base images. Here we go. Avatar small. And for the actions, we're going to remove this stuff. For the output, source, blah, blah, blah. It's all the same. We can even optimize this one a little bit. This one you can barely see, so we could put it down to 60. I don't think it'll really matter that much. You can barely see that thing. Then I'm going to go back in here. Where was that? Themes. Partials, I think. Author. Oh, icons, avatar HTML. There it is. And since this one's HTML, we can specify that size. And we'll do that. Let's see. I guess Show and Explorer should be fine. I'm just trying to see what size this thing is because I don't remember right offhand. Properties. 300 by 200 or 300 by 294. Height. And actually, I don't really want to do this. Specify the image on this one because it is being compressed for that page. But let's see what it looks like. We'll do Hugo serve. And we'll just check it really quick to see if it explodes it by specifying those. Nope. Open a new tab. Oh, I see. It's just opening the article in new tab. We want to open the image in new tab, and it still says small PNG. So we might need to do a Hugo build again. Because I didn't change it. That's why. I do some of the dumbest things sometimes on stream. That's fine. Now let's open image in new tab. Still PNG. Let's just rebuild the whole thing. Small PNG still. I don't know why. It's doing that. Should be small WebP. Still wants to do PNG. Maybe. Let's clear the cache. Still wants to do PNG. I'm thinking about just pushing it live. Put something here to make sure this file is being read. Should see DAFS there now. No, and for some reason it's not reading that, is it? So that's avatar. Partial icons. Let's see if we put some text in here. If it shows up here. No, this is just being cached. Big time. So I'm going to do Hugo and build it. And this should rebuild every time I save a file. That's what the disable fast render is about. Oh, and I'm on BigDroneGeek.com. Holy moly. It's Friday, right? Okay, and I can see this does not work well. Open image in new tab. It is the WebP. But by specifying that image size, I think I mess it up. There we go. So now this is the WebP. Open image in new tab. WebP, cool. Let's push it. There's that one. There's what was the other image? I feel like this one was not a WebP, right? Nope, this one did. I did do a WebP here. Okay, so yeah, this should be what we want. So git add, git commit, avatar. Oh yeah, and I did that rebuild. That's okay. I do need to add the public to git ignore so it doesn't do that. And we'll go over here to deploys and we'll watch it deploy. Howdy, Steve. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Fast websites. Nothing like it. All right, so we've published it. We'll go to the actual BigDroneGeek.com. We'll open image new tab. It is a WebP, so now let's run our Lighthouse report again and see if we can get rid of that message. Look, Mr. Psycho Visuals, we're using a tester in Virginia. It's probably in your house, probably laptop under your bed that we're using for a tester here. Nothing like it. Super fast. There we go. Now we're at 95. Great. Image elements do not have explicit width and height. I don't know if I can do that in Markdown anyway. But I think I should if it helps bump up the score just a little bit. Let's see if we can do that. So in our best drones for beginners, I'm going to Google this. Set image width, Markdown. Oh, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to try it. That looks fishy. Let's try this on the local server first. Go here. This first image will inspect the HTML, and no, it did not change the size in the HTML. Oh, that's right, it was number one. So it would be down here, and it looks like it actually broke the image, so that suggestion is incorrect. Maybe let's see, specify image size Hugo. Image width, height. I can resize images, I can fit images, I can fill, crop, all kinds of stuff, but not specify the size. Let's bring this over here. Hi, Tom. Are you still in India, Tom? Is it morning right now? Or the middle of the night? So I'm looking here, and most of these are like templating directives, right? For images. So I'm not really sure. Like this one, you can specify them. I mean, we could maybe try this, but I'm not even really sure where in the heck in the template this would be located. Oh, let's see. This might be internal Hugo stuff, which I don't think is important enough for me to do. And Tom and Steve, since you guys missed the first part of it, what we did is took this blog. This is my drone blog that I'm starting out here that's just for fun, and took it and made it go from 3.5 seconds to 1.5 seconds load time by optimizing it. And that's what we're doing right now, is just kind of optimizing load time a little bit. Where's search and folder? There it is. No results. Do something like this. That's good for the site params logo and feature image, but it doesn't have anything for just images. So I don't think I really care that much. I don't care enough to mess with this part of the Lighthouse report where they don't have width and height. A little bit more concerned with the yellow here. Let's see, accessibility. Elements that are a role that require children to contain a specific role are missing. Yeah. Background and foreground colors don't have a sufficient contrast ratio. It's black and white. Doesn't get much more contrasted than that. Maybe they want it to be black with white text. I don't care. Failing elements. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Heading elements are not in a sequentially descending order. Okay, don't care. Past audits. Apparently these are all good. Not applicable. Alright. So we passed the lighthouse audit. Another thing that I want to do on this thing is throw in some open graph data. Open graph data is huge. So it's what shows the big images and descriptions and stuff when you share on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. Basically, all of those services try to do like a best effort to get the largest image on your screen and grab your title, and they just try to make an effort to build those. But you can specify it yourself, and that's a way better way to go. So what I do with Hugo is add what's called an OG image. Actually, I already did right there, OG image, but it's not implemented yet. And so this OG image right here is open graph image, and that's what we want to show whenever we share this thing online. What you got to do is throw some pretty simple code in to make that happen. On nearly every Hugo theme that I've found, they don't really have great resources for this. So yeah, like this one actually doesn't have anything for open graph data. So I can steal it out of jeremymorgan.com. Let's go up here since I have it here. And under themes, Jeremy Morgan, and my base of, you can see I have this big pile of open graph stuff. So I'm just going to steal all of this. Canonical. Yeah, we'll start with canonical and go all the way down through this. This thing builds Twitter cards. It does all kinds of wild stuff. And then there's even some JSON LD stuff that I do for Google that I will set up later. So I'm going to copy all of this stuff and put it all in my new Geek blog here. Now it probably won't build. Oh. Close. What does it say? Error, unexpected end. Okay. We'll figure that out. So if params are set for canonical, we'll make the canonical different than whatever. If it's not set, we just do permalink. And that's the Hugo permalink. Totally fine. Next part, if it's a taxonomy, we do something different, blah, blah, blah. Article content plus google.com plus Jeremy Morgan. Sort of works now, but that's Google Plus has been long gone, but that still does sort of show who I am. Scroll down here, params headline. See, all of these are things that are being built into the open graph stuff. So our title, unless it's a taxonomy page, it'll build titles, it'll build a description. Here's my OG image. And it's params.image on jeremymorgan.com, so I'll probably do that. This, I need a default image. So let's say with Big Drone Geek, I'll just make this one with my goofy mug holding this. I'll use this as the default image if none are found. Same thing with secure URL, it's the same image. And this just basically says if I don't specify an open graph image, then just drop in this one. We've got type, image JPEG. Not exactly, it's a WebP. And I don't know if I'm going to make, actually I'm not going to make my open graphs WebPs. So we're going to keep those JPEGs. Article modified time, param categories. So most of this stuff, I'm still going to use the same Twitter handle. This just basically assigns the article to me whenever we write an article. And then the last Twitter image is going to be that same open graph image. And just to keep things simple, instead of naming it OG image, I'll name it image. And then we'll check the output. And I think that should be all I have to do here. And now I'll figure out what that end issue is. Unexpected end at index HTML 22. Which, what the heck? Let's close and reopen it here real quick. Drone Geek layout space of HTML 22. This is where it's finding an unexpected end, so I probably duplicated that somehow. Now it works. So let's go back to our local host. View source in here. And we can see our default image is showing for the open graph images. So I just need to change in my article. We're just going to call this image instead of OG image. We'll go back. Reload. It should. Should change it. Might not. No, it doesn't. So let's dig into that template and figure out why the heck it doesn't work. Image is a parameter, and I am going to rebuild the whole thing just to be sure, but image is a parameter, and that's how I have it set up on jeremymorgan.com, right? Like I can just go in here to, I don't know, how to create a mature cloud practice. Yeah, image. So this should work. I don't have description. Actually, I don't have a site description. But yeah, if params image, else this. So I'm not sure why this isn't working. Try refreshing. It's pretty interesting. Do another rebuild. I can check in there and see if it does it in the index HTML itself. But yeah, that's kind of interesting how it's still showing that default image and it should not. Let's go in here. Public and blog, best drone for beginners. We'll open this with Adam. Adam, thanks. Let's see, this is the one that's actually generated, and it's actually generating it out. So it's not doing it in the preview yet, but it looks like it's doing it for this one. So one thing I will do is make this canonical. There's our Open Graph URL. Perfect. So params image, I think. Let's see if we go in here. Yeah, I think I can just tack on the URL. I'm going to do that. If params image tack on big drone geek in front of that. And we're doing that for the Twitter image, and then we'll do it up here for the OG image. I feel like there's somewhere else we're doing it. No, maybe that's the only place. Run Hugo again. Open up this index HTML again. There's our canonical. Oh, I shouldn't put the trailing slash, but other than that, this will have the actual canonical link to it, which can be sometimes important for Twitter. Twitter and Open Graph is such a weird thing. They mess up most of the time, and you just kind of deal with it. Okay. Run Hugo. Jump back in here. Open this one again with Adam. Blog, best drone for beginners. Images. Okay, so now we do have a good set of Open Graph images. Let's commit it. Turns out you can't make up names for parameters here. Here is all of the stuff that has changed. Cool. Another cool thing about brand new sites is they build so fast, right? You go here to Netlify. I mean, jeremymorgan.com takes a good 5 minutes to build, probably. But this one, since it's so small and it only has one article, it's pretty quick. Published. Okay. Let's go back to the Big Drone Geek blog here. There it is. And this is our new article. Let's check out that page source. We'll look for OG image. And it is specifying the OG image, full canonical URL. And there it is. What is the best drone for beginners? So what we can do is check the tools. So we can go to LinkedIn Post Inspector, I think it is. And we can see what this will look like on LinkedIn. Big Drone Geek. That's right. We'll use this article, and let's see what it will look like if we share it on LinkedIn. Not logged into this browser. Go over here. Boom. So I have the open graph image here. I have the title here and the URL, which is great. Facebook has a similar thing. Facebook Open Graph tool. Sharing debugger. I use this thing all the time. Let's see what it looks like on Facebook. It says fetch new information. Then check it out. On Facebook, yeah, it looks like the description could use some work. Because it's like, drones, what are the best drones for Ginner? Okay, yeah, so it's removing space. And so something there got weird with the description. Let's go in here and check it in our base of. Description, if description, else site params description. Huh. So that should be pretty straightforward, but I didn't put a description in here, so I'm gonna just use this for a description. And we'll push it. And next we will we'll hit scrape again there. We'll do Twitter, open graph, tool. That's right, it's called the card validator. Yeah, of course. Twitter screws up all the time. Required meta tag missing. Twitter text title. I don't know what the heck that is. Well, heck, let's throw it in. And we have Twitter title. So I'm just going to do something very similar. If they want Twitter text title, then we'll give them Twitter text title. Text title. Seems stupid, but params headline. Otherwise, params headline. Why don't we do params title? That would make more sense than headline, because I don't think I'm doing headline, which I do it here. That's right. I separated the page title and headline on jeremymorgan.com, so that's why that is broken. So instead of params headline, params title for all of these. And then git push. Since we know this is only going to take a few minutes, we'll rerun the validators. See if we can fix that description here. There we go. We fixed the description. So now this open graph stuff that they use for Facebook will at least be good. Let's see if we can get a Twitter card to work. Oh. Unable to render card preview. Who knows? Let's try it on actual Twitter. And there it is. So looks like the validator actually has a problem, but here on Twitter, if I share this, it will be What's the best drone for beginners? It's got the open graph image that I want. It's got the URL, the title that I want, and the description that I want. And so this is a big deal. Like when you share a link on Twitter or any of the social media platforms, if it's just a link, it's not nearly as enticing to click as this is, right? This gives people so much more information. Like this gives you a big title, some graphics, details where you can look at it and say, yeah, maybe not, you know? But I think that's a pretty good stopping point for today for this site. I'm going to keep working on it, of course, when I have some more content for it. And let's see. This is one of the things I'm going to put on there. A little video. And here's why I like slowed it down. And then this is regular speed. Just goofing around. I'm going to put that on the blog at some point. It's going to be cool. And it reminds me, there is something that I want to test on Twitch that I will test immediately after the stream. I'm going to test and see if I can fly a FPV game. I'm going to run a simulator and see if that simulator runs over Twitch or not. I'm not really sure. So I will be doing that immediately after terminating this stream, but I'm only going to stream it to Twitch, not to LinkedIn and all those other different places. So thank you all for coming to my live stream. If you'd like some stickers, I have some stickers that are kind of cool. It's really hard to see here, but a whole bunch of Pluralsight stickers. Some of them are pretty cool. This one's like, hold on, I'm processing. Give away these stickers on my live streams and when I speak at events. And I can give them away on this live stream too. So if you're watching this live stream, you'd like some stickers, send me a message on Twitch or whatever platform it is that you're watching this on, and I will send you some cool Pluralsight stickers. So thank you very much. Make sure and follow me and follow Pluralsight's Twitch channel. This is where I do most of my streaming. Vote for me as a Hacker Noon Contributor of the Year for .NET. I haven't even checked on this to see what the status is, but whatever. I don't know if I've won or not yet, but oops. And I just put on the wrong screen, didn't I? There we go. Nothing like it. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for coming to my stream. I'm going to do some more. We're going to do some cool stuff. Like I said, I got some apps that I want to build, and make sure and check out livecoders.dev. I'm a member of the Live Coders. It's a really cool group of awesome streamers. Check out their site. And I'm out of here. And I'll be back on Twitch in a minute to test out a flight simulator. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Steve, Tom, and everyone watching.